Dylan.
And I'm Keon.
And this is Trust Your Doctor, that podcast where we won't know if we're right, because this week we watched Earthshock.
Written by Eric Saward.
Directed by Peter Grimwade.
Aired in March of 1982.
Yeah, finally.
He's finally dead.
Wow,
No.
okay.
No.
A little bit harsh. A little bit harsh.
No, I'm actually going to have some positive things to say about Adric here at the end.
Yeah, but I don't have anything positive to say about him in the beginning because he just goes off the handle on everyone. So the serial starts with everyone just arguing because Adric's like, screw all this. I hate all of you. I want to go home.
It starts with some expedition in like a cavern or something, and that's just about it.
Yeah, I mean, Adric just goes off on everyone.
He mentions how everyone always thinks he's a joke. He's actually sulking in his little room or whatever. I don't know if we've seen it before, but I don't think so. He's like, everyone always considers me a joke, and I was like, well, at least you know that.
It's more like, I wonder why. I wonder why everyone hates you, Adric.
And then he mentions how the doctor never pays him enough attention and just brushes him off all the time. So essentially, he's just a neglected middle child. Yeah. I mean, very Adric thing to do here, I guess.
Yeah, then he starts yelling about wanting to go home to Alzerius / Pterodon.
Yeah, doesn't Pterodon like not even exist?
Yes. So he starts doing calculations to go through a CV, and the doctor's like, you could never figure out where a CVE is. And Adric's all, yeah, but the guy on Legopolis said they're not random. The doctor's like, you don't have enough mathematical ability to figure out where they are.
And he's like, I think you're forgetting, Doctor, that I have this badge. They actually name drop Romana, so that was kind of nice, I guess.
Yeah, Adric goes like, Romana's still in E-space. She'll help me when I get there. I'm like, no.
Or not.
No, she won't. Maybe Romana stayed in E-space to actually get away from Adric. She was like, you guys will never get back in here.
Yeah, it definitely wasn't to help all the what's-their-names who were enslaved. That was just a cover to get away from Adric. I will say that Adric does get a lot of screen time in this serial, which normally I would hate, but, hey, it was his last serial, so...
Yeah, spoilers if we hadn't mentioned it already.
We had in like every single... Well, we hinted at it in like every episode, but yeah, we both knew that he was gonna die here, so...
Yeah, they finally had the balls to kill off a companion. For good, hopefully.
Well, I mean, there was Katarina.
Yeah, that doesn't really count.
There was Sarah Kingdom.
She doesn't really count either.
Well,
anyway.
I mean, it is for good. He doesn't come back unless they bring him...
As far as we know.
Unless they... Well, in the show. Unless they bring him back in the future. In the reboot.
As far as we know. Yeah, Matthew Waterhouse was like, but I don't want to be killed off. And JNT was like, no,
Too
but
bad.
The doctor can always encounter Adric at a previous point in his timeline. Matthew Waterhouse is like, okay. Guess I'll get killed off then. Yeah, apparently JNT didn't think a regular companion ride-out would be good enough for Adric. So he decided to just kill him off.
Yeah, Adric has to be memorable for all the wrong reasons.
Well, anyway... So, the doctor...
Storms out.
Yeah, he lands on Earth and he's like, I'm gonna go for a walk in this cave. He goes out into the cave and Adric's making all these snide comments like, don't wander too far away, Doctor. Like,
Yeah,
as
they're
if
pretty mad at each other.
As if you would know any better, Adric. So...
Honestly, they were both kind of being dumb here. Even the doctor. And they do make up later. But
yeah, the doctor less so, though.
I don't know about that. But yeah, Tegan and Nyssa are like, you guys should make up. And they do.
Well,
eventually.
I mean, to be fair to the doctor, if I was stuck with Adric for like 6 months in a tiny TARDIS, and Adric sold me out every single week, I'd be pretty freaking mad at him too.
Yeah, but the doctor's not. He just doesn't want him to leave because it's dangerous.
I mean, yeah, that's more understandable than being mad at Adric, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, that's what it is. I mean, if I was a doctor, I'd be like, yep, you're out. See you later.
Pull the first doctor with Ian and Barbara, like, you're getting off at the next stop.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, he did get off at, like, the next stop after where they landed now.
I guess, yeah.
He also got off of life.
So Nissa and Tegan are like, well, we'll go try to talk to the doctor. So they go out and they're talking with the doctor. He's like, man, look at these bones in the wall. It's a dinosaur.
Yep, they're in the cave with dinosaur bones. And the doctor explains what dinosaurs are, because I guess Nissa wouldn't know and doesn't know, so. And then they mention how they were all killed by something big crashing into Earth.
Yeah, foreshadowing. And then meanwhile, the expedition crew is like chilling in the cave. And some of them get killed.
Some of them die. No big deal.
A lot of people die in the serial.
No, they're actually, yeah, this was the largest amount of deaths in a while, actually. Yeah, some androids show up, and these aren't the bling android, as you called them from the Visitation. No, these are actual menacing-looking androids who are essentially just wearing black, what are those called?
Morphsuits?
Morphsuit, I don't know. Yeah, they're wearing all black suits. They actually look kind of creepy.
Yeah.
And I mean, when I found out who they were being controlled by, I was like, wait a minute, that's kind of weird.
My question is, if the pterodactyls actually got the TARDIS, would they have come here and stolen these androids?
Maybe they would have stolen the cyborgs that they were being controlled by.
They're not cyborgs.
Yeah, they're like 99% non-human and like 1% human. So they're still cyborgs.
No, I think to be a cyborg, you have to be at least 50-50. Or
what?
Within the realm of like 40-60. I'm totally making this up.
No, I don't think so. They're like 1% cyborgs. They're the 1%.
Well, the crew meets up with the doctor. It's like, so you're the one who's been killing a lot of people. And he's like, no.
No.
And not only that, there's like, the guy on the surface watching the scanner could attest to the fact that it wasn't the doctor killing them, because he could see the doctor on his little scanner mabob like miles away underground from the people who died. But he doesn't say anything.
Oh well.
The androids bust in and start shooting some fools. They'll hide behind walls.
Yeah, meanwhile Adric is still in the TARDIS, calculating CVE stuff, and we learned, or I at least learned, that he's a lefty, which is interesting.
Yeah.
I mean, actually, it's not that interesting, but it's there. So, yeah, anyway, then we find out at the end of the episode, once they're not ambushed, but once they're cornered by the androids, that the androids are being controlled by the Cybermen.
Yep. What a reveal. They just show up and like, we're Cybermen.
And there's only two of them for a while, the incompetent lackey and the
upstart Cyberman.
Yeah, the upstart Cyberman. Yeah, sure. And yeah, they sort of continue, the Cybermen haven't appeared in like forever, but they sort of continue the trend here of their voices getting less and less cool. Because by now they're pretty much just guys talking.
Yeah, but they've all got really deep voices, so I think this places them above the Revenge of the Cybermen voices.
I don't remember how they sounded in Revenge of the Cybermen.
Neither do I, that's why these guys are higher.
Did you notice that you could also see the guys' mouths moving?
Yes.
I didn't know, for like 2 episodes, I didn't know what that was. And then in episode 3, I was like, wait a minute, their little mouthpiece is just transparent.
No, see, I didn't even notice it till episode 4, and then I was like, wait a minute!
I thought it was just some weird reflection that just always happened to be there, but no. God. So not only are their voices getting less cool, their costumes are getting less, well, their mouthpieces are getting less good.
Yeah, because I was going to say, these costumes
better.
are the best so far. Like, these costumes are really menacing.
Still look like tinfoil, but they're still better. There was that scene later where the Cybermen are supposed to be escaping from the pipes or the pods or whatever those were supposed to be, but it just looked like they were ripping through construction paper.
Well, it's like in every Cyberman serial now they have to have a Cyberman busting through some pods. You know, it happened in Tomb of the Cyberman, Wheel in Space. I don't remember if it happened in Revenge of the Cybermen.
Did it happen in the one that didn't have the Cybermen in the title? The guy with the glass eye, Second Doctor serial. I forgot what it was called.
Oh,
Season 6.
The Invasion.
Yeah, I don't remember if it happened there.
Probably. Wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, I think one of them busted through like a coffin thing underground.
Yeah,
if I remember correctly.
I think you're right. So there you go. There's Cybermen busting out of some stuff.
Which, hey, it's nice that they're continuing tradition after like 10 years of the Cybermen not appearing.
Well, the last time they appeared was Revenge of the Cybermen, which was like Fourth Doctor's first season. We did that episode with Krynoid,
so go check that out.
A long time ago. Anyway, the Doctor's like, yeah, the androids will kill me just as much as they'll kill you, so they're not mine. And they believe him. And then episode 1 ends with the androids shooting people. And episode 2 begins with Adric wandering out. He's like, what's up, guys? Nissa!
No. I can only wish that there were some nice throwbacks with, nice quote-unquote throwbacks with Adric near the end of episode 4, but not yet. Yeah, I guess the whole thing was a throwback with Adric being annoying and stuff, so.
That's not a throwback, that's just what Adric is.
So, he diverts attention for a while, and the Doctor says they can kill the androids if they just concentrate their fire, which they do, and they manage to destroy one of them.
Well, they damage one first, and then they wander over to protect the panel. The Doctor's like, well, if we shoot the panel, we'll conflict the programming because of something.
Yeah, something like
so
that.
They do
They're protecting a panel on the wall for some reason.
And then they destroy the android. And then the Doctor opens the panel, and he tells everyone to get back because it might be booby-trapped.
And it is. But the Doctor activates it, because apparently behind the panel is a bomb that looks like a radio. They open the panel and he's like, oh god, it's a bomb! And I thought it just looked like a radio. An old radio. But, I guess opening the panel activated the bomb.
Yeah.
Or signaled to the Cybermen, who we still don't know where they are at this point. I thought they were just somewhere else in the caverns.
Oh, I thought they were in that panel. I thought that panel was going to go into like a crashed Cyberman ship, and I'm like, oh man, it's a Cyberman.
No. It's just a little stereo thing. Which is actually a bomb.
The Doctor's like, quick to the TARDIS. So now in the TARDIS, they do some science mumbo-jumbo and stop the timer.
Yeah, they like jam its signal or something. Which I guess is the first indication that the Cybermen are elsewhere.
Yeah.
Pretty good signal if they can get it down all the way underground there. Then again, this is like 25 whatever. We didn't mention the date.
It's the 26th century.
It's the year 2000X now.
Oh yeah, there's flashbacks to the Cybermen's previous encounters with the Doctor, which was kind of neat.
Yeah, which, I mean, I don't know, I guess for someone watching this back in the day, would you even remember who those people were? I mean, I guess maybe Tom Baker, but...
No, and maybe that's why they put it in.
Yeah,
like,
I guess...
Doctor's faced these guys before, you should be worried.
Yeah, but I just imagine that some people wouldn't even know that the Doctor was William Hartnell and Patrick Troughton for, which I mean doesn't matter, but it's just an interesting thought.
Yeah, I mean, there was a flashback in the reboot with the classic Doctors. I was like, who are those people? And then we started this podcast and I watched the episode again and I was like, I know who those people are. But yeah, apparently the Cybermen encounter the Doctor prior to this in a future incarnation, but that doesn't get shown in the flashback because obviously it hasn't been filmed yet and no one knew that was going to happen. Yeah,
like the Dalek timeline, I'm just going to completely give up on the Cyberman timeline if I hadn't already.
Cyberman timeline's easy. I'm pretty sure it's all still in chronological order.
Well, I'm still just going to give up on it.
Well, it has to be in chronological order because they show those flashbacks before this. So,
what was I going to say? Yeah, they mentioned that the Doctor's regenerated because they don't see any of the incarnations that apparently they can just pull up footage for right then and there. So what I knew Adric was gonna die, obviously. So I thought they were gonna confuse Adric as the Doctor and kill him accidentally. But
yeah,
no,
but
that
they
doesn't
don't
happen.
do that. They figure out the Doctor's the Doctor because he's the brash one who just blusters in. And he's like, I'm the Doctor. They also know he's a Time Lord, so I guess they could have just scanned him to see if he had 2 hearts. Anyway,
I guess maybe.
the Doctor's like, let's follow that signal.
So they do. They all get in the TARDIS, including the expedition.
I guess it's a thing this season that the Doctor's just taking random people in the TARDIS. Because he did it in Black Orchid.
Yeah, I guess,
he took the policeman. And he did it in, well, he didn't do it in Visitation.
They went in that other spaceship.
Yeah, they did. He did it again this season sometime. I don't remember when.
Well, I mean, Castor Valva, I mean, that wasn't really his intention.
Yeah.
That was kind of bad, actually.
But anyway, they go to the ship, and the Doctor goes out with Adric, and he tells everyone else to stay behind.
That doesn't last for long, despite Nissa's efforts.
Yeah, Nissa actually listening to the Doctor. Someone actually listened to the Doctor for once. It's like, yeah, I'll just stay behind.
Not a good idea.
It actually works out really well for Nissa. She doesn't get threatened by the Cybermen. She doesn't
killed.
Die. It works pretty well for her.
Yeah, but she doesn't get to
watch Adric die, which she does on the view screen.
No, I was going to say she doesn't get to gun down any Cybermen like T.
Yeah, but Nissa doesn't want to.
How do you know? Actually, she does gun down a Cyberman.
Yeah, in the TARDIS. So yeah,
she doesn't
it works out pretty well.
She doesn't get to mercilessly kill them in their home turf that they.
It's not
it's not their home turf, but they took it over. So now it's their home turf.
It's not how that works.
It's Mondas too. Deal with it now.
Yeah, so the Doctor gets on the ship and he's like, well, this is all pretty suspicious.
Yeah, we get some shots of the discord between the crew members. One of them doesn't want to listen to the chain of command anymore. He's just fed up with everyone. Kind of like Adric. They both die.
Yeah, well, Adric made up with the Doctor. He's like, I'm just kidding. I did all these calculations for nothing. And the Doctor's like, what?
I didn't get that scene. I didn't know if he was actually kidding or if he was just saying that. Or I totally didn't get that scene.
It could be anything, to be honest. It's Adric. It could be either.
Oh, God.
The Doctor's like, okay.
See, I'm telling you, Adric is going to go down as the most memorable companion, but not for any good reason.
Well, we'll
you know
see.
what I mean, not for like reasons that we like.
We'll see. Yeah, the Doctor immediately gets cornered for another murder. The crew's like, we're taking you in. And that's how episode 2 ends.
Yeah, because some Cybermen killed some people, and the Doctor and Adric go to investigate it, and once again, they're in the wrong place at the wrong time.
Nothing new. They get taken to the captain, like, we didn't do this, we just got here. And they're like, yeah, sure. And then the Cybermen show up, and they're like, go shoot.
One of the underlings, not underlings, but one of the crew members kind of believes in them, and the captain and the guy who's revealed to be a traitor later are having none of it.
None of it. Yeah, so...
The captain's being kind of jerkish. I guess there was some evidence that pointed to the fact they didn't kill them, but I don't remember what it was. But they were kind of just ignoring it, so...
Yeah, so it doesn't matter. The ship, the freighter, is apparently going to Earth to deliver some stuff. And Earth is on red alert for some reason. You don't find out till later why.
It's like some conference.
Some conference where some people are going to team up against the Cybermen. I guess the Cybermen are in a war with everyone.
We'll get there. I honestly didn't get what was even happening, but we'll get there. I guess maybe hearkening back to the peace conferences of the unit days.
Of the Daleks. For all the Dalek invasions.
Dalek's master plan. Not really.
The Cybermen's master plan. So...
Why was this called Earthshock?
Just gonna shock the Earth that Adric dies at the end. They should have just called it Adric dies at the end, and everyone would be like, nah, I don't believe you.
Why wouldn't they believe it?
Well, because no one would actually believe that they kill a companion, right? Like,
they should have just called it Death of Adric, then maybe people wouldn't believe it. If they just called it Adric dies at the end, then yeah, I think people would believe it. I mean, just barring the fact that that's a terrible name for something.
Yeah, J&T apparently, one of the reasons why he also wanted to kill off Adric was to bring back some fallibility to the main characters. So everyone would be like, oh shoot, they might kill off the companions. Because, like, they didn't kill off any companions, so, I mean, if you were watching this, you'd be like, they wouldn't kill off a companion. They've never done it before. Why would they?
Yeah, I mean, if I didn't know that he died, I would definitely would have been like, yeah, they're not going to kill Adric. He's going to get out of it somehow. Actually,
they did.
I think even having watched the entire thing, I would have been like, he's going to come back next week somehow. Probably. But he doesn't.
Yeah, so...
He's gone.
That means we're going to have to do an Adric retrospective.
That's going to be fun. That actually will be fun since he was... Yeah.
So, the Cybermen show up and they're like, what's up, my home dog? They're here... Well, they keep the Doctor alive for the most asinine reason. They're like, we're going to keep you alive because we want to watch you watch as Earth gets blown up because you have such a fondness for Earth. And the Doctor's like, what?
Pretty weird for a group that doesn't have any emotions. But they just want to use him for scientific study or something. I don't know.
Quote-unquote science.
It's just a loophole so that the Doctor doesn't die here.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, they should have just killed him. They never learn.
Nope.
Well, anyway.
It's revealed that What's-His-Face is a traitor.
Kyle.
I think Kyle was the...
No, Ringway. Sorry, Ringway was the traitor.
He was the ringleader of the traitors, which only included him. Okay. That was pretty bad, but...
He also didn't have any motive for betraying them except I don't want to serve on this ship anymore.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's I don't know if you've seen London Has Fallen. It was really bad, but like there's a mole inside MI6 working for the terrorists and his entire motivation for helping the terrorists is because of budget cuts. His department's getting the budget slashed next year, so he helps these terrorists kill a bunch of world leaders.
It's a pretty good reason.
This just reminded me of that. Anyway, Ringway gets killed. The Cybermen are like, he was a traitor to us traitoring you guys, so we killed him.
He was a double traitor. Or a triple traitor.
Or triple play.
Check it out. Oh, God.
What
What?
Tegan goes with the crew. I don't really remember what happens.
The crew's getting all restless. They're like, what if the Doctor's in danger? We better go help. And Nyssa doesn't want them to. Kind of stubbornly,
yeah, but they're like, screw you, Nyssa.
Yeah, Tegan, one of the crew members actually wants to stay behind, so Tegan takes her place. And they go out and they encounter some Cybermen. They kill some Cybermen here and there. No big deal.
Tegan puts on her jumpsuit for some reason. She's like, I want to wear your jumpsuit. She
puts on the Ghostbusters suit. No, I'm just kidding.
Topical.
Yeah, the new Ghostbusters is, yeah.
It exists.
Most people hate it, but I don't know. I watched a couple trailers for it. I think it looks funny. Funnier than the original.
No, not even.
I think so.
No, it looks really bad.
I don't even like original Ghostbusters. So.
Yeah, that's why you think it looks better.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be one of those movies where if you hate the first one, you'll like the new one, but if you like the first one, you'll hate the new one.
Well, most people like the first one, so most people are probably going to hate the new one.
I mean, a lot of people hate it too because Hollywood doesn't need to reboot old franchises. It'd be nice if they just made some original stuff, and I think that's why everyone's like, why are you rebooting Ghostbusters? Anyway, it'd be like if Hollywood suddenly came out and rebooted Star Wars, scrapped everything. It's like, we're doing the first movie again.
It's going to happen in like 50 years' time.
Yeah, exactly. And everyone's going to hate it then, too.
I don't know. Could be good. When I'm like 70 watching
Probably won't. Probably won't, but...
You never know.
I mean, I'm don't.
Still here waiting for episode 8.
Give it another year. In 6 months. back to Doctor Who.
Not gonna watch Rogue One. Just saying.
Hey man, that's like your opinion, man.
It's like your opinion, man.
I haven't actually seen that movie.
What, Rogue One?
No, Big Lebowski.
I don't even know what that is.
It's the movie where that's like your opinion, man, comes from.
I thought that was just some random meme.
Nope, it's from a movie. Every meme,
I knew it was
meme
from
has
something,
an origin.
but I didn't know what it was from. Anyway, yeah, back to Doctor Who.
Yeah. So, yeah, Ringway gets shot, and that's how episode 3 ends. Episode 4 begins with the Doctor going, "What? Why?"
They get back into the bridge.
Yeah, there was this whole scene too where they sealed off the doors to the bridge, I guess, so the Cybermen can't get in, but they like phase halfway through the door.
Yeah.
And the Cybermen
that
are like,
was kind of cool.
We'll just use this bomb and blow the door open. Doc's like, dang, I didn't account for that.
I didn't account for bombs.
Even though the Cybermen already used one at the beginning of the serial.
Well, they didn't use it. They just tried to use it. Anyway, there was the scene where the Cybermen were like, "Now you will see our strength," and that's when they ripped through the construction paper. So it was kind of funny that their strength just involved tearing paper.
Yeah, the Doctor's like, should I be concerned or anything? And they're like, no, we're just gonna destroy the Earth. We're going to use this freighter to crash into Earth at such a high velocity that it'll wipe out basically everyone on Earth.
Yeah, they're apparently going to disrupt the peace conference that's going on. I honestly didn't get what they were doing this for.
I think what I understood was that a bunch of alien races were meeting on Earth to sign a treaty where they would all fight against the Cybermen, and the Cybermen wouldn't be able to win that war, so they're going to destroy the peace conference so that the treaty wouldn't happen.
All right.
I mean,
see, I didn't get the part about alien races. I don't think they mention it, but I guess you just have to assume that.
Well, they said other races. They didn't say alien races, but they did say a bunch of races are meeting on Earth.
Maybe it's just a bunch of racers. Like Formula One drivers. I don't know.
Formula One and NASCAR come together to sign a momentous treaty where they'll race on each other's tracks for a tournament of the ages. I would actually watch that. That'd be pretty interesting. But anyway, the Cybermen are like, so...
Yeah, we're just gonna kill Tegan now. Thanks.
Yeah, the Cybermen are like, you still have emotions, Doctor? And he's like, yes.
Yeah, the Doctor goes on this mini tirade about how emotions aren't a weakness, and they're like, yeah, well, we're just gonna kill Tegan then.
And the Doctor's like, no! And they're like,
no.
This isn't a weakness, and the Doctor's like, no.
But yeah, they don't kill her. They just leave her alive.
For some reason.
They leave her alive as leverage.
Yeah. Anyway, Adric shows up again. He's just been
He was
chilling in
always
the
there.
corner. He was chilling in the corner, and now he's like, well, I think you guys suck, Cybermen. The Cybermen are like, well, you know what? You'll stay on the ship while we all just leave with the Doctor and the TARDIS.
So, Adric and some of the all the crew members stay on the ship, and the Cybermen.
All the crew members that are still alive.
Yeah, all the ones that are still alive.
So the captain and her first mate, basically.
Yeah. They stay there. The Doctor and everyone else goes back to the TARDIS.
Well, the Doctor, the Cyberman leader, and Tegan, and the second Cyberman go to the TARDIS.
The Upstart? No, that wasn't the Upstart.
All the other Cybermen chill on the freighter, and they're gonna leave in an escape pod right before it crashes, I think.
I guess that's what I gathered from... Look, there's the escape pod with our crew in it. It's definitely not the crew we left alive.
I mean...
They were actually named. There was a cyber leader and like the cyber lieutenant or cyber second in command.
Lieutenant.
I don't know. Cyber sergeant.
Cyber brig.
That would be interesting.
Just you wait.
Cyber Yates.
Just you wait.
God.
And that actually doesn't reference what you're thinking it does. The cyber brig.
I'm not thinking it references anything.
Well, it does. And you'll see, like 2 years from now,
All right.
in the reboot.
I've waited this long. I can wait 2 more years.
So, the Cybermen are controlling the ship with some control circuit, and they're like, well, you're not going to be able to break this control circuit, mate. And Adric's like, I can break this control circuit.
Yeah, first they kill the Cybermen, I think. Because they're standing guard there, and I guess they just kill them.
Meanwhile, in the TARDIS, Tegan's like, I'm not having any of this. She flips a random lever, and then the whole TARDIS tips, and the Doc's like, if you do that, you're going to get us all killed.
Which is okay, because Nyssa and the Doctor actually kill the Cybermen who are watching them, which is the Cyber leader and, like, some other guy.
Yeah, it also involves smashing Adric's badge into the Cyber leader's ventilation circuit, because it's made of gold.
Yeah, we didn't mention that the edges of the badge are made of gold, and, what's his name, Ringway, was going to confiscate it, because he was on the Cyberman side, so, yeah.
Yeah, so they kill the Cyberman on the ship. And on the freighter...
In the most gruesome way, actually. It's pretty violent. The Doctor holds the gold up to their chest plate thing, and then when the Cyberman sort of falls to his knees in agony, and the Doctor just shoots him. Too bad they didn't have any of that concoction from the moon base.
Yeah, so
Adric is gonna override the logic circuits or something to stop the ship from crashing.
There's 3 of them, and he needs to do all 3 for them to regain full control, but he only gets 1 of them.
He gets 2 of them, and then he goes back for the 3rd.
Yeah.
And they don't have enough time. But we didn't mention the fact that the ship is now, like, phasing in and out of time for
It's like time traveling now.
Reason. Yeah, it's, like, not in any one particular time, but then eventually winds up, like, 65 million years in the past.
Adric.
So guess what that is? Yeah, Adric killed the dinosaurs.
Yeah, Adric's like, the ship's hurtling towards the Earth, and the crew's like, quick, let's escape. And Adric's like, okay. And they're at the door, and then Adric's like, wait, I have an idea. So he goes through the door as it's closing. Everyone else leaves. Adric's now in the bridge. He's basically condemned himself to die.
Unless he can figure it out.
Yeah, well, a Cyberman wanders in and shoots the control panel and then dies.
Well,
Deus Ex Cyberman.
Even if he had figured it out, I mean, what would he have done with the ship?
Changed the course by a couple degrees, I guess, is what he was trying to do.
I know, but, like, now he's 65 million years in the past with no way to go anywhere.
I guess he was hoping he could change the course of the ship and then the Doctor would materialize the TARDIS on the ship and save him.
I guess
Which is what the Doctor tried to do, but the Cyberman shot his control panel. So basically, these are the most plot-convenient Cybermen
yet. There was also the little goodbye scene with Adric where they played, like, the Alzarius theme or whatever it was from Full Circle. I thought that was kind of nice. It was funny. I'll admit I kind of laughed at it, but I thought it was kind of nice. And, you know, Matthew Waterhouse is not a good actor, as we already know, but I gotta say, in his final scenes, he was decent.
Yeah, I mean, he was okay. We should mention what happens. The ship crashes into the Earth and blows up on this Tegan and the Doctor watching the TARDIS, and the Doctor doesn't say anything for the rest of the serial because he's basically like, oh, I totally failed this person. And like, they came onto the TARDIS expecting safety, and I got them killed.
And the end credits have no music, and they're laid over a shot of the broken little badge.
Okay, Adric's last words are, "Now I'll never know if I was correct." So on one hand,
pretty funny.
On one hand, you feel bad for Adric because he's dying because he's trying to save the Earth. But on the other hand, you're like, you kind of did this to yourself. I mean, you could have escaped on the escape pod.
I don't know. I liked Adric in his final moments.
Yeah, I mean, I guess he was just trying to do what was right.
Yeah, I think so.
And the Doctor couldn't save him because
I mean, console got shot. If he was right.
The Doctor doesn't care. Doctor just cared that he didn't save Adric.
I actually thought it was kind of sad and stuff.
And stuff. I mean, there's not much to say about it. It was really abrupt, and then it was like,
I didn't think it was that abrupt. He said his goodbyes like halfway through the episode.
I mean, yeah, but when he said those goodbyes, you like, you still expect that Adric's going to escape somehow.
What?
Like you
No, we knew he was gonna die.
I mean, we knew. I'm talking about if you didn't know he was going to die.
But we did.
That's what I'm saying. If you didn't know, then it was abrupt because it just showed up at the end and he was dead.
I guess. I mean, if you didn't know, if I didn't know, I would have thought he was gonna somehow come back in the next serial.
I mean, the TARDIS can time travel, so a future TARDIS could just come back in time and save Adric and then leave.
I guess they don't do that. But whatever. No, I liked his write out. Actually, better than a lot of write outs.
Yeah.
Like, the best death write out by far. I mean, there's only been two.
Yeah, I mean,
but
because
there's only
Katarina
been two.
ejected herself out an airlock, and Sarah Kingdom died trying to help the Doctor get back to the TARDIS.
But this was actually better than a lot of ones in recent memory. Leela, namely.
I prefer Romana's write out, bro.
Romana's was decent. I liked this one more than Romana's because it was...
Because you didn't like Adric and he died?
No! Because, I don't know.
That was the
Made
least
Adric-
convincing no ever.
Well, that was part of it. But it also... Adric didn't even feel human at all. Like, I mean...
Well, he wasn't.
Okay, more than the Cybermen, it felt like Adric had no emotions. And here at the end, it was kind of like, okay, maybe he is kind of human on the inside after all. But I guess I'll never know if I was right.
No, because he's dead.
So I did kind of like that. Matthew Waterhouse's acting obviously is improved. Obviously still not good by the time he dies.
Yeah, still not Sarah Sutton or Janet Fielding or Peter Davison. But he's getting there. He was getting there.
Until he croaked.
We're just beating the dead horse at this point.
We're beating a dead Alzarian.
I knew that was coming. Adric retrospective time.
I mean, this has kind of already been an
Let's
Adric
look back on our
retrospective.
favorite Adric moments.
I like the time he betrayed the Doctor. Which one, you ask? All of them.
I think he betrayed the Doctor more than he didn't betray the Doctor. And it was just never explained why.
Well, no, I think he either betrayed the Doctor or was just, like, so not involved in anything that was going on that he wasn't really on board with the Doctor / Nyssa / Tegan
Yeah.
/ Romana / K9.
So you're worse than useless.
Affirmative.
Yeah, I don't really have much to say about Adric.
He was the worst companion. Definitely was. Definitely. Probably my least favorite. Well, you know, I'm not going to say he's my least favorite companion because he was hilarious. And again, for all the wrong reasons. So he did bring at least some level of entertainment.
Adric was just there to be a plot device, in all honesty. He just
Not
did.
really, I
He
think-
just did what the plot demanded of him, which almost every other week was betray the Doctor or stuff your face with food.
I think they actually tried to make him... I think they actually tried to write him as more of a character than previous companions because they tried so hard to give him all these traits. Like, okay, he's a
Yeah, but there was no
mathematical
consistency.
genius,
Is the
but
thing.
it was never done in a way that made you actually enjoy the character or even care about him because he's such a little... Again, insert word here.
Well, it's like every writer who wrote for him got the like 1-page brief on him, which is like Adric
sort of-
is a angsty teenager from Alzarius, and they took that and like didn't watch any of Adric's previous serials and just wrote him based on that, and none of it like had any coherency.
I think so too, yeah. And I guess they sort of took his original character concept a bit overboard. And not to say he was likable in Full Circle. I'd say Full Circle was one of his least likable serials. But I don't know. I think they just took he's a cocky kid to the extreme.
Well, he was likable on Black Orchid, but then again, all he did was eat food. I'm gonna eat this food now, Doctor. Okay, Adric, don't choke.
Right, you have to stick around to kill all the dinosaurs.
Yeah, we've got the scene where Tegan took like a minute to figure out what was happening, and Nissa was like, think, Tegan, something destroyed the dinosaurs, something big, and Tegan's like, yeah, an asteroid, and Nissa's like, no, something else.
Damn it, Nissa. Stop being so condescending.
Well, I don't know. The weird thing about Adric was that also every week he had something to say to one of the companions that caused a big argument. We got like 5 minutes of TARDIS argument. It's like, I'm not here to watch the TARDIS argue.
You're not? I am.
I'm here to watch the Doctor take some people and go save some people.
I'm here to watch the TARDIS argue.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am.
No, you're not.
I like that more than the actual problems in every serial. I'm not kidding.
That's just sad. That's because the serials don't have any plot. Although I will say,
they do, but the quality of the plot is a bit inconsistent now.
I will say that I also liked this serial not for Adric's death, but for the fact that it also had
the Cybermen.
Well, yes, but also it had like a coherent plot, which is more to say than like a lot of things this season.
More than you can say about Kinda. Which, don't get me wrong, I liked, but yeah, this was a serial. This serial was, I thought it was boring for episodes 1 and 2.
Really, I didn't. Yeah. I liked the way that they revealed the Cybermen to the audience first, and the Doctor went 2 episodes without knowing it was the Cybermen, and he was like, who could it be? And then the Cybermen show up, it's like, oh, it's the Cybermen. What dastardly universe plot do you have now?
Nah, I didn't really care one way or the other. I just thought it was kind of weird that the Cybermen were using androids. I mean, it was kind of cool. The androids were a bit menacing, but I don't know, I didn't think that they needed to... They could have just been the Cybermen, you know?
It is a bit of a weird interpretation of the Cybermen character. Like, why wasn't it just the Cybermen? But, you know, this is probably one of my favorite serials this season so far. I mean, we only have one left.
Still holding out with Kinda.
There's definitely been a bit of an uptick in quality in the mid-season with Visitation and Black Orchid in this. Not much of an uptick, but an uptick nonetheless. And apparently, Anthony Root is out now, so he did whatever. I think he did these 3 serials, actually. Because Eric Saward couldn't write this serial as a script editor. So when his preliminary 3-month contract expired, he wrote this serial before they renewed his contract, and then... They had Anthony Root, they're like, hey, we know you don't have a contract with us, but can you, like, just look at this serial so we can pretend like Eric Saward didn't do anything sketchy here?
So he pulled some contract loophole
BS. Yeah, to write this serial.
Like Shaq when he was on the Magic. Okay, never mind.
Anyway, so that's Adric. I'm sure we'll have more to say about him at the end of the 5th Doctor's run. We'll be like, Adric was the best companion for the 5th Doctor's run.
But he already wasn't.
Yeah.
He was already the worst with Nissa and Tegan.
I'm curious to see if next week we'll get another 3rd companion, or if we'll stick with the 2.
I think we're going to stick with the 2. I think we're going to stick with the 2.
And I guess we'll find out next week. And I guess that cues us up for email us at thedoctor@decorativevegetable.com. Questions, comments, concerns, angry rants, your memories of Adric.
God.
Comes back in the audio dramas like they always do. For stories set in between serials, I guess. Be sure to check out the website, decorativevegetable.com, and you can find us on YouTube, iTunes, and Google Play, all at Trust Your Doctor.
Check us out also on Facebook, Trust Your Doctor. Like us on Facebook, and also check us out on Twitter at TYD Podcast, and follow us on Twitter. And next week, we watch Time Flight. But until then, the end.